Good morning to you. I heard that the birds are chirping. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, for those that were on the live last night, as you see, we actually did maneuver our way to the top of that daily fair value gap, aka SIBI, as we were wanted to see if price would do that ahead of CPI. CPI will be coming out in about 12 minutes or so. Let's see what CPI may attack. If you remember, in the beginning of the week, we were looking to see if this 1 hour BISI would remain as a breakaway gap, or would we use FOMC or CPI to attack it. Thus far, it's been holding true as a breakaway gap. We gapped down into this BISI on the 11 o'clock candle from Friday, the 6th, and we tapped into the breaker and proceeded to push up, leaving this as a breakaway gap, failing to completely fill this one, which lent to the fact that this would more than likely be a breakaway gap. Like, you have two gaps next to each other, and when we don't completely fill one and then leave with displacement, that's a good sign that this will remain a breakaway gap, and that's held true throughout the week. Here we are at Thursday. We've been inching up daily, so now let's put a little bit of information on the screen to see what can CPI possibly reach for. Now, the daily and lower has has had a bullish market structure, and they're in a buy program. As you see here on this hourly, we appear to be in the middle of a market maker buy model, right? Now, all thing we have to do is look to see. This is the consolidation I'm looking at as the original consolidation for the market maker buy model. We do have a small piece of consolidation here that we are very close to. If I put my crosshairs on, right, a small piece of consolidation here that we are very close to. The only reason why I'm giving more weight to this one is because we have these hourly imbalances, this huge two SIBIs right here that we could push up into, and that lines up with the weekly order block that was my weekly draw in the beginning. When I was talking about the weekly draw, it lines up with that order block, and then the highs above that would be a nice pop up there to take out that. Bless you, son. To take out that. Now, when CPI comes in, it's going to rip. What's the obvious places of liquidity, right? So if it rips high, what's the obvious place of liquidity? Right there, what we was talking about. Right there, what we was talking about. I would like to see it rip low first. Why would I like to see it rip low first? Because we have imbalance. We got obvious sell side here. We got obvious sell side here. We got an imbalance there. We got obvious sell side there. And then that breakaway gap down that we was talking about. So since we got the biggest point of obvious sell side is here, I would love to see it rip down and reprice this BISI right here, and then throughout the day start to proceed back up toward the order block, the weekly order block, right? But if it doesn't rip down, and the reason why I say I would love to see it rip down first is because we're in a buy program now. We're in a buy program, so I would love to see it rip down, take out this obvious liquidity to continue the buy program. And again, the obvious liquidity above is the high over here. And let's go for the let's go for the ones who just show up for the levels. What's the levels? That high is sitting 45 or 4508 is the obvious high to the upside. That's the obvious high to the upside. 4508 and above have relative equal highs up there. So the first high is 4508, the obvious place of liquidity. And then on the downside, the first place of obvious liquidity is 4377.25. Then after 4377.25, we have 4366.25. So those are the obvious places of liquidity for those who want the levels and are going to go about their merry day. All right. Yeah, that's it. Just wanted to do a quick follow up from what we talked about last night. We did dilly dally around yesterday's high, but we made our way to the top of that imbalance. Now we've offered buy side delivery all the way to the top. Now what we want to look for is, once the chaos is over, which way the market leaves this imbalance, right? Because once we offer the buy side inside of a SIBI and then we leave, then this will be a balanced price range. This daily SIBI will be a balanced price range once we leave it, because we've offered the buy side all the way to the top. Me and the boys getting ready to get out of here. I just want to say one thing before I go. I'm only human. This is what I do. This is my job. All right. I'm a trader. I'm a day trader. So this is my job. This is my work. Many of you still work. You go to a job, and then either at your job or at home, you trade. You want to learn how to trade. So this is something separate and apart from your job, right? This is my job. I trade. And so just think about that before you get into my DMs or any other person that's trying to share what they know about trading. Before you get in their DMs and express all these unrealistic expectations, right? This is what I do. Like when you go home from work, let me I got to get out of here, but I'm gonna turn I ain't got my background up and then I just want to look y'all face to face when I say this right here. Turn my camera on. I ain't got my background up or nothing, but I just got to look you face to face when I say this right here. When you get off from work, you go home. You don't want nobody from work calling you. You don't want nobody from work bothering you. You don't want nobody from work putting unrealistic expectations on you when you get off from work, right? So this is what I do. This is my job. So think about that before you get into people DMs with these unrealistic expectations. I want to be off too. I retired from my job so I can have time I can do anything I want with my time. So please be respectful when you come in people DMs. Be respectful, because this is my job. Some of you expect me to work 24 hours a day. Some of you get offended when I don't want to do this. Some of you try to guilt trip me and make me feel like I'm letting you down because after 2 years of sharing, I don't want to just be at the mercy of, I don't want to be at the will of anybody. So just remember that this is what I do. I get off. I clock out. So just remember that, please. Just remember that. Boys, y'all ready? If you're gonna trade, please trade safe. If you're not gonna trade, please take copious notes. Study what CPI does. I'll try to screen record the CPI and share it in the membership section. To the next time I want to get on Algo's internet and share thoughts or vent or whatever I want to do, y'all be safe out here. Gone.